Eddie, how's it going?
Good, man. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Hell yeah. Excited.
Yeah. How long have you been with First Jason?
It'll be 8 years in July.
And you guys, you've just recorded you said 2 or 3 singles, and then before that, the Lord of the Lake EP,
Yep, and To Be a Monster.
To Be a Monster.
Yep, that was the first one with me on it. Yep.
Awesome. Can you talk about how you came to be in First Jason?
Yeah. It's a hilarious story. I was like going to horror conventions. I was into horror stuff. I was a huge Friday the 13th fan. And a documentary came out called Crystal Lake Memories. Have you ever heard of that one?
Yes, sir. I've seen that.
All right, and it had a bonus disc in it, and on the end of that bonus disc, it's like an Easter egg. It shows Ari jamming before when he just had a drummer, and he's on the end of that CD or the DVD. So I found that, and I thought it was awesome. I was like, okay, I didn't know Ari. This dude played, and it was pretty good. So I was like a First Jason fan, and for like a year or something.
What year was this?
God, I don't remember what year that came out. It had to have been about 8 years ago. So, but anyway, yeah, that made me like Ari. I saw Ari I was going to conventions even for a long time before this, and I would see Ari at a convention. I was like, I don't care about that dude. He was only in the first Friday the 13th movie, you know what I mean? I swear. And then after I heard the first Jason stuff, I was like, okay, well, I like the first Jason stuff, so I'm just going to meet him because of that. So he was at a convention that I was at, and I waited in line and paid him to meet him, and then I was like, I'm a big First Jason fan. I'm like, you ever need a guitar player? And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to be trying out guitar players soon. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, I totally know. I'm like, I've already been like jamming with your songs at home. It was pretty funny. I already like knew all his songs. And then after that, we partied like the motel that night, smoked out, and got to know each other. And then like probably a few months after that, he called me and wanted to come over to my house to try me out for the guitar player.
Nice.
So that was pretty much it.
Do you believe in fate?
Yeah. Yeah. Jason. Yeah, because I saw my first Friday the 13th movie was part 3D at the theater when I was like 8. So that got me into Jason when I was like 8 years old. So it could be fate that this all led me to Ari. And then he named me Eddie Machete.
He bestowed you with the last name of Machete.
Yep. At the first gig.
Can you talk about your guitar influences and any guitar techniques you've been working on?
Yeah, influences are Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Buckethead, Vinnie Moore, and then I grew up on like Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, like all the 80s stuff. That's big influence on me.
Burn in Hell.
Yep, Dimebag Darrell was one of my huge influences. And then I haven't been working on really any new techniques, just still making sure I can still play the old techniques.
Yeah.
And listening to some cool new music. Joe Satriani's got a new album out. Steve Vai's got a new album out. So stuff like that. The new Ozzy I love. New Ozzy Osbourne's album is really good. So hell yeah.
You're a student of Joe Satriani.
Yep.
How?
A few lessons, not like I was already totally a Joe Satriani fanboy, learning his stuff, and then that's how I met him in the first place. It was like a couple of lessons were just winning from his website contests. Believe it or not, one time I waited by his tour bus and fucking had my guitar. And he actually showed me some stuff just right there. So it was like little things like that, and like I had all his guitar books, so I was playing his songs through like this Hal Leonard books that some of them are wrong, like, and then I got a chance to be like, okay, so how do you really do this part? Because the book's got to be wrong. And he's like, yeah, this is how you do it. So then I learned pretty much all this stuff as perfect as you could, and then I started a few Joe Satriani tribute bands. I've been in
The Axe Experience.
Yep, yeah. And so those were cool. I played Steve Vai and Joe Satriani songs, like an hour and a half set. But yeah, it was really hard to get all the musicians to play it, so a lot of the times I just had the backing tracks. So it'd be me alone playing with perfect backing tracks. So I did that for a while. That was really fun. And, yep, Joe Satriani's awesome.
Yes. Was there any issues, because now you play some of Ari's parts from the first EP?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any issue transferring that from the electric Machete to Eddie Machete?
Oh, no. It was pretty, yeah, I just would listen to what he did and try to copy it the best I could and then throw in my own thing in it. And he liked it, so I was like, hell yeah.
Is Ari lax about when you wanted to maybe expand on a part from the previous album, or if you wanted to?
Oh right, yeah. No, he was totally like just waited for me to. Totally, I would be adding stuff like all the time, and at first I didn't know how much stuff to add because I'd check I'd see how he reacted, and then when he was reacting good, I'd be like, hell, he doesn't mind, and then I just do pretty much whatever I want now.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the future for First Jason and Eddie Machete?
Just we're playing with bigger bands now all the time, and those are the awesomest shows to play. We played with Ice Nine Kills, and the whole front row audience was horror icons that I love. Like just being able to play like that to people that were your idols and shit. They saw
the
on
actual
TV.
people.
Yeah, they were at the
that's
show,
incredible.
like right in the front row. So just being able to. That's what I'm saying. More shows like that where we're playing big horror fests, and I got a bunch of celebrities in the front row. Those are the best shows. And we'll be doing new songs. We got new songs coming out, new videos.
Ari had talked about an upcoming single called
Look What You Did.
Look What You Did,
Yeah.
a quote of Betsy Palmer.
Yeah.
Can you tell anything about that musically, or?
It's a badass song, and I guess Ari got it mostly from Friday the 13th, the first one, when she's hearing Jason's voice in her head. But as far as we're in the middle of just like mixing it right now, so it's gonna probably be ready in, I would say, a month or so.
An album or an EP?
Just a new song, and Ari's talking about doing like a live version of our show of the songs we're doing. So
Yeah.
I think we're working on something like that too.
I think that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Like that energy that you guys have live, it could almost be like Kiss alive.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing. Some of the songs from Lord of the Lake, like you guys get labeled a horror rock band, and that's undeniable. But I feel like you guys are a little bit more than that when it comes to musical exploration.
Yeah.
The song Lord of the Lake could almost be like a 70s prog.
Right. Yeah, you can feel that because that Ari's got the influence in him.
Mhm.
And yeah, he brings that 70s stuff out sometimes. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, our catalog is pretty crazy. It can go from anywhere from super heavy stuff to chill reggae type beats. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah. Well, Ari has a past with world music.
Yeah.
Did you venture outside of heavy metal much, or
just with like blues.
That's a good place to
Bluesy
go,
stuff.
though.
Yeah.
Who do you like as far as blues players?
Like new guys, John Mayer and Eric Sardinas. I like. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
You have to check him out. He's phenomenal. And then I like all the old guys, Muddy Waters and B.B. King and Johnny Hooker and all them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love the old guys too.
Eddie, I asked the wrong question in the wrong order. The last question was supposed to be the future with you and First Jason.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything? Any sites? Any bands? Anything you'd like to plug? Any?
No. No. Just come to our shows, or write me on Facebook, and tell me what's up.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's how I did it, and that's how we ended up doing this podcast today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hell
Eddie,
yeah.
Eddie, have a wonderful time.
Hell yeah.
Rock
Thank
the
you.
show.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome.